everybody, Spider-Kel back once again for another DC Chess Collection review. Number 26 in the line, Alfred Pennyworth. Safe to say and easy to say that Batman has a great deal of allies. Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl, Batwoman. The list is endless. It's just constantly growing, especially with the new 52 in the Batman universe. There's just so many allies he has. It's easy to say though that it's probably his most valued, his most entrusted one is Alfred. Alfred is pretty much Bruce Wayne and Batman's rock. He's the one that Batman will go to. He is the one who he can trust probably the most out of everyone. And Alfred is such an interesting character for the fact that he is quite literally just Bruce Wayne's butler. On the other hand, he is anything but just Bruce Wayne's butler, if you know what I mean. He is, well, he's combat veteran. He is a really good medic. He's sewn up quite a lot of Bruce Wayne's wounds. He is a counsellor. He is a confidant. He is everything and anything that Bruce needs him to be, and Alfred does it, and he does it so well. He's such an all-rounded huge character, and can quite often be seen as just it's just Alfred kind of thing, and he's not. He is such a big part of Bruce Wayne's life. Pretty much brought Bruce Wayne up once his parents were murdered, and Alfred took on the role to bring Bruce up. And even, I mean, can you imagine what it was like for Alfred that Bruce Wayne comes back from his many years of training and turns to Alfred and says, I want to dress up like a bat and scare people. You know, and Alfred is kind of like, okay, sir, I'll help you with that. You know, and helping him build the Batcave, helping him with all of the electronics and everything that Bruce does, and Alfred is there behind him every step of the way. It's quite a solid, strong character when you really think about it. I mean, it's kind of like, imagine if a friend came up to you and said to you, oh, I want to be a vigilante and fight crime and so on. I want you to be my backup. I want you to be my right-hand man. Will you do it? It's quite a strange request, isn't it? And yet Alfred just took it on and did it. So always such a really cool character, and always really funny as well. And especially in the animated series, I love what they did with Alfred in that. The Batman as well. I really like the Alfred in that one. And all the comics, all the graphic novels, every variation always has an Alfred and always puts a different spin on him, but he's always loyal. He's always right there behind Bruce. Maybe once or twice kind of, do you not think it's time that you hung up the cowl kind of thing, but secretly knowing he never will. And, you know, he's just a very cool character. Someone, I honestly, I could talk for hours about him, so I'll stop now. But yeah, very, very cool character. And one thing I do like about the piece itself, it's not actually about the piece, but it's where it is. The book, and I'll just bring you to this now. The book itself in the front, where it shows you where all the pieces are actually positioned on the board, as you can see right here, they have Alfred where he should be, stood right in front of Batman. Whether that's on purpose, whether they've meant to do that, or whether it's a case of he's just been positioned there, I like to think of it that there's nowhere else that Alfred would be than right there. He can't be beside Batman on the chessboard, but he'll stand right in front of him, ready to defend him from the onslaught. And I just think that's a really nice kind of touch that they have Alfred right there in front of Batman. And it looks so nice on the board, which you'll see at the end with the transition. But yeah, let's move on from this, and we'll move on to the piece itself and see what Alfred looks like.
Not going to let me go to work.
That is correct, Master Bruce. Not until you've had proper medical attention,
Fine.
food, and a minimum of 8 hours bed rest.
Let's just get this over with.
I made chicken soup. You can eat while you brood, and I'll put in your stitches myself. It will be delightful, I'm sure.
All right.
By the way, the part about the stitches, that would be sarcasm.
And here we have the piece itself, and overall, I know I'm starting with overall before I even show it. Overall, I love this figure. It's an amazing, very well done figure. There's only one problem I have with it, and I'd like to start with that one. And that is the way he stood. Now this is how he would be on the board. As you can see, the bat symbol is facing straight, but he's kind of off to the edge. If you turn it like that, now he's facing forward, but the bat symbol is kind of facing to the side. I don't quite know why they've done it like that. It's almost like he's facing off to the edge and not quite facing forward. I'm not quite sure why that's done, whether that's he's been placed on this stand a little bit wrong or what. It's not an incredibly bad thing, and of everything that could go wrong with this piece, I'm glad that's all I have to complain about, really. But it's just kind of odd, and I just wanted to point that out and just wondered if anyone else's Alfred piece was like this. So just let me know. But overall, this is a fantastic piece. Quite simple, quite elegant, and everything like that, but very, very nice, and captures the character of Alfred just so well. We zoom in on the face, and we've got a really, really nice face sculpt. And do you know, as I look at this, if you took away the moustache, you could almost say it looks almost like Patrick Stewart. with the head and the hair, kind of like Patrick Stewart from Next Generation, when he was like the early days kind of thing, when he had quite a lot of the side hair. Yeah, I just noticed that as I zoomed in there. That's kind of weird. Anyway, the face itself is it's fantastically sculpted. The eyes, a lot like the Black Mask, are again very nicely done. You can actually see a hint of brown in there. Both kind of looking upwards. Quite strange how they're both looking upwards. The eyebrows as well, very nicely designed on there. Mustache itself looks really nice. The mouth, the face, the ears, just there's nothing on the face that's really out of proportion or a bad paint job or a bad sculpt. It's a really nice looking figure. On the back here as well, we have obviously the back of his hair and so on, and I think that's pretty much the only bit I can actually find where it's a bit of a bad thing on the head. And I mean, let's be honest, that's pretty amazing. It's just very wow. Yeah, I saw Patrick Stewart there. That's kind of, I'm never going to be able to look at this in the same way now that I've seen that. But never mind. We have him dressed as only Alfred would be dressed. They're all out to battle on the chess set, and Alfred is still best dressed in his finest, still stood up tall, still looking very smart, very regal. And yeah, that's pretty much Alfred. We have a really nice bow tie mixed in with a tuxedo. Beautifully painted tuxedo here as well, and hands clasped behind his back as Alfred would. Really nice long tails here as well. And the trousers themselves, sorry, yeah, we've got some nice buttons on there on the tuxedo. On the trousers themselves, a really nice purple design, and not quite as bright as the Joker would be as well. I like how they've kind of muted the colours for this one. I think Alfred wouldn't be quite seen with bright, vibrant purple trousers on. I like how they're quite a soft sort of matte shine on them. And it's just everything on this. It's kind of like it's quite strange to say, and quite strange and difficult to explain what I'm trying to put across. But it's just, let's zoom out, and it's just stood so tall, you know, and it's almost like he's making sure he's stood straight, you know, and just everything that Alfred would do. He's not slouching or anything like that. His shoulders are straight, you know. He's quite regal and just stood there and kind of like, yes, I am an Englishman. I shall stand straight. I am a man of honour and a man of nobility. And that just comes across here, and he's dressed in his finest, but he's about to go into a chess battle. It's just a really, really nicely designed piece. And the colours on it just match Alfred, the way he's posed, as I've said, his face, everything about him. But one thing I am pleased with, and not that I do really like, is the fact he has got a very nice base. None of this badly coloured pawn base for Alfred. You know, he's also got a really nicely designed base, nicely painted, a nice metallic colour. A couple of kind of like scrapings on there, which could easily be, there we go, scraped off kind of thing. Just excess of the paint on there, which can easily be scraped off. But overall, a nicely painted. I mean, we've all seen what it can look like We've all seen the really bad ones like Commissioner Gordon, where it just looks like it's a great big dollop of silver paint on there. So it's nice to see that Alfred has got a nice stunt to go with it. That's pretty much all you can say for the Alfred piece. It just represents the character so incredibly well. The way he's stood, the way he's got him designed, and the way he's been created and painted, just across the board, captures the character so well. And a piece that I'm just very, very happy with. Very happy with this. And it's nice to see them getting the Alfred character pretty much spot on, you know. And like I say, the fact that he's facing slightly off centre, if that's the only complaint I have about it, then that's a win in my book, really. So yeah, so I'm pretty pleased with it. So anyway, that was the Alfred review. Hope you enjoyed it. I shall see you again very soon for the next one, but until then, take care. See you soon.